See, Horace? Where are you? Ah, there you are. You're the one we are looking for. Right. What you want? Oh yeah, sorry about that. Oliver, there's something I need to tell you. What is it, Horace? I must tell you about Nazca and Cassiopeia. And about myself. Before you attempt to save Cassiopeia, you deserve to know the truth. It may take some time, but I hope you can spare the time to listen to what I have to say, alright? Okay. Thank you, Oliver. Our story begins here long ago, where the kingdom of Nazca once flourished. Though it may appear bleak and barren now, in those days, it was a mighty empire that combined mighty magic with advanced technology. It was a prosperous realm where poverty and pestilence were all but unknown, and its people enjoyed a life of peace and plenty. But man was never one to count his blessings, and greed soon reared its ugly head. In spite of all they had, the populace demanded more. Friends turned upon one another, families were torn apart, and each citizen strove to better his own lot and outdo his neighbor. Sounds like a recipe for a right old mess, that. And indeed it was. It led to a series of conflicts that would span centuries. The Wizard Wars. But the course of history was changed with the arrival of a single wizard. Wow, one wizard made that big of a difference? Indeed. This wizard wielded no one but two wands. His master of magic was unparalleled, and he soon turned the tide of war. Through his power, the bitter conflict that many thought would never end was brought to conclusion in the space of mere days. Crikey, sounds like someone you'd want on your side in a fight. He was indeed, Fairy. He was lauded as a hero by all the people of the world, and his reward was the crown of Nazca. Thus did he become the Wizard King. The Wizard King, Cassiopeia's father, the very same. Now, shortly after peace returned to the world, the Wizard King hid one of his wands in a distant land of Atomnia. He sealed it away, that it might never be used for evil. Which brings me to my latest puzzle. It has been some time since I last posed you a question, has it not? I guess it has. Excellent, my question is this. What was the name of the wand that the Wizard King sealed away? I believe you know that well. Speak to me again when you have your answer. He will hid away Mornstar, wasn't it? I think. Wait, how do we spell that even? It's like just Morn. Yeah, there we go. Indeed, it was the very one that you carry with you now. I wonder how the valley where it was sealed fares. In those days was filled with the most beautiful flowers. Let's continue our tale there. I will be waiting for you, Oliver. Come and find me. Oh, can you... Fair enough. Fair enough. Travel, we need to go to the Tombstone Trail. But we need to run all the way to the very end of this trail. Unless we can, like, teleport. Don't think there's a teleport here. Right? No. No teleport, no. Alright. Then we will just run. And we have a fair bit of running. By the way, how are we doing here? Yeah, hidden treasures is gonna take some time. Not sure if we'll do that. Alchemy completion, only 12%. Task completion, I really would like to get this on 100% at least. No idea. We've been doing all of the errands so far. They are kind of fun. Most of them have been, at least. Everyone that has related to old smoking, we still have 2 of them, I think. We're not very that fun. It was such an annoying area, but we can just veil, I think, and get up there. Maybe we should do it as soon as possible because it's so... Just one final time. Be done with it.
We have no choice but to fight.
Let's just go with this. Maybe Mark Haston can do it Morningstar.
Our bravery is justly rewarded.
It's actually worse. But hold on now, hold on. No, he doesn't need attack. I hope we don't have to relight everything. I don't think we do. Yeah, thank you for coming, Oliver. This valley changed so much. It was once a place of beauty, awash with flowers of every color. No matter what is done is done. The Wizard King ascended the throne and won great renown as a just ruler, treating all his subjects equally, be they human or otherwise. They in turn repaid him by rallying around their new monarch, and together they rebuilt the ruined realm more swiftly than any had thought possible. So he got all the besties pulling their weight too, did he? I never knew that man. Nice. Indeed, the Wizard King truly was a man like no other. It was then, with the kingdom all but rebuilt, that he chose 3 servants among his subjects. A swashbuckling sea captain to represent the race of man, a great wolf to represent the animals, and a serpent lord to represent the creatures. Yeah, I like this. These are the ones regarding the stones. It was the skeleton captain, the ice wolf, and the snake. So that's nice. Each was wholly devoted to his master and did all that the Wizard King asked. But of the 3, the Serpent Lord was the wisest and the most committed to his master's cause. He was known as the King of Cobras, and what a mind he had. Oh, to think of how he was then. It seems as good as time as any for your new next question. You have encountered these 3 servants on your travels, but can you recall the name of the mighty snake you faced? Oh dear. I am sure listening to me will have served you to jog your memory. Speak to me again when you have your answer. I think we have a tale of that. I know it begins with an A. That's it. The shepherd boy, no. It's the prince. It's not this one, right? No. It's not here. It wasn't a long name. What was the name of it? I was going to say Apu, but it's not Apu. Apep. Apep. Wasn't it Apep? I think it was Apep. Hey, friend. Yes, I have it. Oh. No. That's it, okay. So the three servants achieved so much, the reward was to be chased without dignity from the kingdom they had helped to build. But perhaps that is a tale for another day. Yes, we will continue our tale in the very ruins where you faced Apep. I will tell you how the Wizard King's three most loyal servants were driven on the path of evil. Until then, Oliver. Right, then we need to use this one. And we need to go to the tomb, no, the Vault of Tears or something. Let's see, hi friend. Thank you for coming, Oliver. Shall we continue our tale? I said I would tell you of how the three kingdoms were driven from the king, how the three keepers were driven from the kingdom, how they became evil. Below the king, at the head of the Narcan government, sat the Council of 12, a group of lords known as the Zodiarchs. They were responsible for the day-to-day running of the kingdom, and were supposed to be the ruler's closest advisors. But the Wizard King's rise to prominence was a source of consternation for the council, who feared his great powers and the loyalty he commanded among the keepers. And so, as soon as the Nazca was rebuilt and stability restored, the Zodiarchs conspired to assassinate him. And their conspiracy was a success. Yeah, that is horrible. So that's what happened. You got actually assassinated? With the Wizard King eliminated, the council had completed control of the kingdom. The king's infant heir, Queen Cassiopeia, became no more than a puppet. To compound their villainy, the council successfully implicated the keepers in the assassination. So they blamed the keepers on it, and they were banished from Nazca. Apep lost all faith in humanity, and soon the power of the stone in his possession began to corrupt him, transforming him at last into a servant of evil. Indeed, it was he who reduced this once great city to the ruins you see before you now. That's bad, like, you've got to feel sorry for him, ain't it? Being framed for murdering your own mate would be enough to make anyone go off the rails. Perhaps, but Apep possessed great wisdom. None could have predicted that he would suffer such a spectacular fall from grace. Speaking of predictions, yes, open the book. Oh, you mean the Wizard's Companion? I do. As you may or may not know, its authors were able to see into the future. Turn to the final page. A prophecy is written there. A prophecy of what would become of a certain individual. That person's name, too, is hidden there. And you will discover their identity. This puzzle is much like life. You must start at the bottom and work your way to the top. Not forgetting to begin at the beginning, of course. The solution is not a simple one, but a worthy wizard will see to heart of the problem. Okay. Heart. Is this the right page? Is this a prophecy? No, I think it's just... No. I think we should just read it. Don't say it, leave it, yeah. Prophecy, heed it, repeat, no, not the mistakes of the past. High above the clouds, the child of white light cast the world once more into the darkest night. The path onto the dawn was never fair. It is one fought with suffering. That is one of the thing. It's missing a letter. Missing an... It's suffering. Oh, ivory. Mysteries? No, I... No, I don't know. It's missing 3 letters. Like, what if you start from the bottom and rise up? Then it will be no difference. What does he want to know? No. You must start at the bottom and work your way to the top, not forgetting to begin at the beginning. You need not to read too much into what is written on the page. In fact, you can ignore almost every letter of it. Come on then, what is it? This is definitely the right page. Well, I see there's two, three letters, sure. Mist, Therese, I've Ori, Suf, Ering. But it doesn't make any sense. It's not a word. Then what is it? No, I don't seem to be able to understand what they want. I see three letters, sure. And I see three letters missing, but they don't make a word out. Okay. Well, I've given up on that. I've actually checked up how to do this, but even I know the answer now. But there's no way I can get that answer here. There's no way. So I'm trying to understand it now. You can skip most of them. What does that mean? Because I'm still only finding that. I see. Turn to the final page. A prophecy is written there. There we are. A prophecy of what would become of a certain individual. That person's name, too, is hidden there. Can you discover their identity? The solution, this puzzle is much like life. You must start at the bottom and work your way to the top. Not forgetting to begin at the beginning, of course. The solution is not a simple one, but a worthy wizard will see to the heart of a problem. You need not read too much into what is written on the page. In fact, you can ignore almost every letter of it. But the thing is this, if I read just the text, that's like all of this, then of course it's obvious who it's about, but yeah, this is indeed very confusing. Like I said, I still know the answer, but I can't figure it out. Don't need to read anything. Don't need to read anything to figure it out. Maybe the answer is not the letter. You can ignore the letter, but... Alright. Well, this one is more like a trick one in my opinion, because it's just misleading, I would say. If I read all of this, I will now read this page, and it will be kind of obvious. Let's see. Out of the darkness comes light. Keep this book ever at your side, wizard, and you shall one day be called a sage. Permit us to leave you with a poem, a prophecy, heeded and repeat not the mistakes of the past. So, and this is the text that matters. High above the clouds, a child of white light cast the world once more into darkest night. The path unto the dawn was never fair. It is one thought of suffering and despair. Well knoweth she of both their power, entombed there in her ivory tower. Though full many have sought to breach or keep, its walls are too high, its mysteries too deep. Hope springeth yet amidst the flowers. When you find them, you will find her bower. Each